What's up, the John Squad? This is your World Heavyweight Champion John Peeling here today. And today, I am going to read the results from last night's March 24th, 2014 Raw. Here we go to kick things off with this. Stephanie McMahon comes out and says some people think they went too far with Daniel Bryan, but they set an example to show everyone else who is in charge. She says Bryan will lead them nowhere, and her family has been doing what's best for business for over 50 years. Stephanie says her husband is powerful and on his way to being champion again. But then Randy Orton comes out and says that he's not there to argue. Orton says he's not responsible for what happened to her husband at Wrestlemania, so she should tell him to walk away from the title match. Orton says Bryan deserves a beating and HH can go out a winner. Then Batista cuts them off as he says that they are all missing the point. Batista says he's the next champion and they can deal with it. And while he does respect HH, he's never beaten him, and Orton won't either. He says Orton makes him sick because of his sucking up. Then he says Stephanie's been drooled on a lot. And Stephanie slaps him in the face really hard. Stephanie storms off, and Orton tries to make a reason of it, but Batista spears him and holds the championship above his head. Next up, we have a number one contenders match for the Intercontinental Championship, no disqualification, fatal four-way. Alberto Del Rio versus Del Ziggler versus Christian versus Sheamus. A pretty good match, back and forth action. I loved it. And the winner of that match is Christian, so now he'll get his title shot tonight on main event on the network on Wednesday night. Now we have Sin Cara with Scooby-Doo versus Damian Sandown. Of course, you know who won that match? Sin Cara. The winner of the match is Sin Cara. Next up, we have Los Mandos versus El versus Rybaxel. And the winners of that match is Los Matadors. Next up, we have the Triple H and Michael Cole thing happening in the ring. Michael Cole welcomes Triple H for an in-ring interview. Then HH says everyone got what they were asking for. After he was handcuffed, Cole asked if he's getting at what he did to Daniel Bryan last week. But Triple H says no. He means Bryan's forcing him into a match. After Occupy Raw, he says all he sees is a bunch of people crying when they don't get their way. He's sick of this world who tweets when they are pissed. Triple H says he wants to start the reality era right now, and the reality is to end Bryan's Yes movement. And he takes the WWE Championship, and they all know it. Next up, we have Fandango versus Cody Rhodes with Goldust. And that was a good match, nice and short, and I was laughing a little hard last night when Goldust was making fun of Summer Rae. That was funny, but another throwaway match here. Next up, we have Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan cuts a promo about WrestleMania and Mr. T and welcomes Arnold Schwarzenegger and Joe something I don't even know to the ring. All three guys cut a promo and praise each other. Then Arnold talks about being friends with Andre the Giant and tells Hulk that he and Joe should be in the Battle Royal. The Miz cuts them off and says that he is a fan, but they play tough guys in movies, and he is winning the Battle Royal. Miz says everyone remembers him main eventing WrestleMania, but none of them belong here. So Joe tells Miz to make him leave. Joe shoves him and Miz tries to sucker punch him, but Joe and Arnold both deck him before Hulk throws him out of the ring. Next up, we have Titus O'Neil versus The Big Show. And the winner of that match is The Big Show. Good action-packed match. Glad that the Big Show won. Pretty good. Next up, we have the Shield versus the Real Americans. Oh, no, it was my bad. After that match came John Cena versus Luke Harper with the Wyatt family. And the winner of that match was a no contest because the Wyatt family had beat up on John Cena. And John Cena was shaking in the ring, all afraid. And I think he's afraid of the Wyatts, but I don't think so. And they put the sheet mask on John Cena and tells him to follow the buzzards. Next up, we have Naomi with Karen versus AJ Lee with Tamina. And the winner of that match is by count out. By count out, Naomi. Like I said, it was so boring. I hated that match, but it was pretty decent, but it was still boring to me. Next up, we have the Shield Roman Reigns versus the Real Americans with Zeb Coulter. The winner of that match is the Shield. That was a good match. Back and forth action. I saw when Dean Ambrose got thrown into the wall. Oh man, that's gotta hurt. But you know what? They put their bodies on every day to put us and show us a very good thing. Next up, we have our main talking segment with Undertaker and Brock Lesnar. Paul Heyman comes out with Brock Lesnar and talks about how no one can claim to be undefeated at WrestleMania like Undertaker. He says Brock will end the streak and it won't terrorists the legacy of The Undertaker. Then Brock cuts him off and says that he is here to fight. Brock says that they are both here so Taker can come out and do this now. Then he is answered by some drooge in a casket. Heyman tells Brock to stay back, but Brock growls and begins to kick the casket lid before finally opening it, seeing it empty. Then Brock gets pissed and chases the Druids away, telling Heyman he isn't playing games and he is going to leave. Heyman says that this is typical of Taker not showing up for a fight. Then the casket lid opens and Taker is in it and Heyman screams and runs. Heyman tells Brock to leave, but he stays and slugs it out. Taker and those are a mistake what they put, clotheslines him onto the casket and out of the ring. Taker goes to and Taker stands tall, and that was it to end the Raw. And I really liked that. So guys, once again, the John Squad that I call you guys now. Please like this video. Leave a comment what is your favorite part of Raw. Sorry I made some mistakes, but I think that this is a pretty good video. Please like this video once again. Like, subscribe, share, favorite, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you all later, John Squad. That's what I'm going to call you all. Peace.